Hello everyone. This is in continuation to solving of June 2024 question paper of CMA Foundation, Business Mathematics and Statistics. This is part 4. 31st question. If covariance of x comma y is equal to 12, variance of x is equal to 9 and variance of y is equal to 25, then correlation coefficient is what? So correlation coefficient is calculated as, is denoted by R, that is calculated as covariance of x comma y divided by standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y. Covariance is already given as 12. Variance is given as 9 for x. So that means square root of that will be standard deviation. Square root of 9 is 3. Similarly, variance of y is given as 25. So standard deviation of y will be square root of 25, which is 5. So it is 12 by 15. 12 by 15 will give us 0.8. That means the option is B. The next 32nd question. If variance is equal to 144 for x, standard deviation of y is 18, and the correlation coefficient is 0.9, then find the value of Byx. So Byx will be R multiplied by standard deviation of y divided by standard deviation of x. Correlation coefficient is given already as 0.9. Standard deviation of y is given as 18. And the standard deviation of x is square root of the variance, which is square root of 144, which will be 12. Calculating this, we will get 1.35 as the answer. That means option D. Next one. Find the regression line y on x from the following data. N is equal to 10, summation x is equal to 120, summation y is 150, summation x minus 12, the whole square is 125, summation y minus 15, the whole square is 180, summation of x minus 12, y minus 15 is 90, then the value of the correlation coefficient between x and y. Some confusion in this question because they are asking initially find the regression line y on x, subsequently they are asking correlation between x and y. So we have to find ultimately correlation only. So first of all, let us, for correlation, we have covariance of x comma y divided by standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y. Covariance is summation of x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by n will be there. And then standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y. Here n is 10 and we need to check what is x bar. X bar is sum x by n, which is 120 by 10, that is 12. And then y bar is sum y by n, which is 150 divided by 10, and that is 15. Similarly, standard deviation of x is square root of summation x minus x bar, the whole square, divided by n. So that will be summation x minus x bar. X bar is already found as 12. So do we have x minus 12 the whole square? Yes, it is available. We can directly substitute that as 125 divided by 10. So that will be square root of 12.5. Then standard deviation of y is square root of summation y minus y bar, the whole square, divided by n. And y bar is 15. So we have been given y minus 15, the whole square numerator, which is 180 by 10. So this becomes square root of 18. So now we can find out the correlation coefficient, that is R is equal to summation of x minus x bar, means x minus 12 into y minus 15. That is also provided 90. So 90 will come in the numerator, divided by n. N is 10. And these two are square root of 12.5 into square root of 18. If we evaluate this, we will get 0.6 as the correlation coefficient. So the option is A. Now, 34th question. the regression coefficients of x on y and y on x are negative 1.2 and negative 0.3 respectively. Means bxy is given as negative 1.2, byx is given as negative 0.3. We need to find out the correlation. Since both the regression coefficients are negative, correlation will be considered negative. Inside this square root, we have to multiply bxy into byx. That will be negative. Negative 1.2 multiplied by negative 0.3. So negative into negative inside the brackets, it becomes, inside the square root, becomes positive. 1.2 into 0.3, it is 0.36. If I take square root of 0.36, it is 0.6. Outside there is a negative. So negative 0.6. The option is B. Next one. If x bar is equal to 6, y bar is equal to 7, byx equal to 0.45, bxy equal to 0.65, then the regression equation x on y is. Regression equation x on y will be x minus x bar is equal to bxy times y minus y bar. So it is x minus 6 is equal to 0.65 times y minus 7. So that means x is equal to, or x minus 6 equal to 0.65 times y minus, if I multiply 6.65 into 7, we get 4.55. So that means we can write this as x minus 0.65y is equal to 6 minus 4.55. 6 minus 4.55 is 1.45. That means final equation is x minus 0.65y is 1.45. That means the option is B. The correlation between shoe size and intelligence of a person is, it is a uncomparable. I mean, you cannot compare these two, completely irrelevant. So it is a nonsense correlation. Then 37th question. The correlation coefficient of ranks of n students in two subjects of a test is 0.25. Means R suffix capital R, rank correlation coefficient is 0.25. And we know rank correlation coefficient can be found as 1 minus of 6 times summation d square divided by n into n square minus 1. Okay. We are supposed to find, the rank, sum of the squares of differences in rank is given as 6.63, and we are supposed to find the number of students appeared in it. That means we have to find the n value. This is equal to 1 minus of 6 times, this summation d square is given as 63 divided by n into n square minus 1. So now we can further rewrite this as, let me bring that to 6 into 63 to the left-hand side. So 6 into 63 by n into n square minus 1 will become 1 minus 0.25, which will be 0.75. So now 6 into 663 is 378 divided by n into n square minus 1 will be 0.75. That means 378 divided by 0.75 will be n into n square minus 1. So now 378 divided by 0.75, we get 504 is equal to n into n square minus 1. So this becomes a cubic equation. So we have to do hit and trial only. First, let us try with 8. If n is 8, what will happen? 8 square is 64. 64 minus 1 is 63. 63 into 8, you get 504. So the option is 8. That is option A. Next, if for the events A and A complement, P of A is equal to P of A complement, then the events A and A complement are. If these two are same, then it has to be half only. Both P of A and P of A complement should be half. So it is equally likely. And A and A complement are always mutually exclusive. If one occurs, the other will not occur. So we will conclude it as mutually exclusive and equally likely both. Option C. Then 39th question, two perfect dice are shown or thrown simultaneously. The probability of getting a sum of 8. First of all, number of all possible outcomes. Since it is a 2 dice, it will be 6 square and that is 36. Now favorable outcomes, let us write. Favorable outcomes will be 6 is the total. So if I consider 8 is the total. So if I consider 6, the other one will be 2. 5 means 3. 4 means 4. And then 3 means 5. And then 2 means 6. That means number of favorable outcomes will be 5 outcomes. Therefore, the required probability will be number of favorable outcomes, which is 5, all possible outcomes, which is 36. So 5 by 36. So option is D. 40th question. For events A and B, if P of A is equal to half and P of B is equal to 1 by 3 and P of A union B equal to 7 by 12, then find P of A given B. So P of A given B is A probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. We need to find out what is probability of A intersection B. We know probability of A union B is P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B, which means 7 by 12 should be equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus probability of A intersection B, which means P of A intersection B will be, bringing this negative, this thing to the left-hand side, you get 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 7 by 12. LCM for these three terms is 12. So 2 into 6 times you get 12. So 6. 3 fours are 12. So you get 4. Here it is 7. So 10 minus 7, you get 3 by 12. 3 by 12 is nothing but 1 by 4. So now we can find out what is probability of A given B. That will be 1 by 4, which is P of A intersection B, divided by P of B is given already in the question as 1 by 3. So this will be 1 by 4 multiplied by 3 by 1. So the final result is 3 by 4. So which is option A. The balance 10 questions in this question paper, we will solve it in our next video.